everyone, my name is Natasha Rothwell, and I'm here to tell you about my brand new show on Hulu called How to Die Alone. I play the character of Melissa. She has no ambition, no love life, and no money, but what she does have is a reason to be the badass she was meant to be. Huh? I can't say Okay, she has a reason to be the woman she was meant to be. You know what? Just tell the bleep guy to stick around, because I'm just getting started. Stream How to Die Alone starting Friday, September 13th on Hulu.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony, the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. Why doesn't eHarmony allow copy and paste in first messages? Because you are unique, and your conversations should reflect that. eHarmony wants you to find someone who will get you. How are you going to know who gets you? If people send you the same generic conversation starters they message everyone else. Conversations that actually help you get to know each other. Imagine that. Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up today.
Hello, Kirsten.
Hello, my love. How are you doing, Nicole?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Happy to hear your voice.
Yours too. And it is just the two of us tonight. September, August, whatever month we're in seems to be really hard for scheduling. So Gina is going to have FOMO, but we still wanted to bring you guys our wonderful voices. So you get the dynamic duo.
Whoop, whoop to the dynamic duo. Whoop, whoop. We're missing Gina, though. We're definitely missing Gina, but she's going to be here next time.
I know usually she's got some good snacks she can tell us about, but it's okay. We'll just catch up with her later.
That's right.
I think she's at a women's empowerment seminar, just something definitely fancier than that, but I think she's doing something cool.
The crazy thing is, I was going to go, but I was like, I have to film. I have to record our podcast. And then my hair appointment ran late today, but I'm happy that you and I were still able to record this. But that is a really good event. It's going to be a lot of business women there, and it's a great event for networking. And you remember what we recorded, where Erin has her studio here in Nashville, when we recorded our podcast with Jasmine?
Yes, the Cast Collective.
Mm-hmm. So she's getting highlighted tonight.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love that for her, and I can't wait to hear all about it. But I didn't have anything to do tonight because I'm still in a long-distance relationship with my husband for the rest of the month, basically. But have you ever been in a long-distance relationship?
I have, actually. I was in a long-distance relationship my freshman year. Was it my freshman? Yeah, my freshman year and my sophomore year of college. And it was very challenging for me, of course, because we weren't married. But we weren't married, and we did not live together. So we would have to drive hours away, back and forth to see each other, and just, make that time on FaceTime and on the phone and everything. So it's tough, but at least you and Chris live together, and y'all can still FaceTime, and y'all can enjoy each other when he comes home. I was thinking about you and Chris tonight, too, before we start recording. I'm like, oh, I think Nicole's at home, her and the dogs are, holding down the fort.
Yeah, I mean, he is in his busy travel season for work, so he literally was away for almost an entire week, and then my mom and stepdad came, and then he came back, and then my dad came last weekend, and then Chris actually left before my dad, and now Chris is away the entire week, comes back Friday. I think he leaves again Monday, and I'm just like, what is going on? I mean, I know it's for work, and I understand it's not for fun, and he doesn't enjoy it either, but I don't know how people do this in actual long-distance relationships because, he's working, I'm working. It's not like we could sit and text all day, and we're so tired at the end of the day, so we can't really FaceTime for too long. But Sheesh. Anyone out there in an actual long distance relationship, props to you, because this is hard.
Yeah, I definitely want to give you kudos for being patient and just also, like you said, respecting both of y'all's time and space apart and just cherishing the moments y'all have when y'all do see each other. But I'm sure that can be, a little challenging. You're like, oh, I wish my husband was beside me tonight and I wish we could watch our shows, but he'll just have to watch the shows while he's out there before bed and maybe y'all can talk about it when he's on the way back. You just have to, I guess, get creative with it in a way.
Luckily, none of our really important shows are on until the end of September, so this is a good time for him to be away because we don't have to wait for each other. But I was watching my true crime documentaries that he doesn't watch, so I don't know if you're into the whole Lacey and Scott Peterson story, but I've always been really into that for some reason, and they just came out with 2 documentaries on it on Netflix and Peacock, so I've been watching those while he's away. I'm using my time up.
Yeah, see, there you go. And then you also get to read your books that you like before bed. But I'm not really into the true crime documentaries. It just makes me too paranoid. I can't watch those. I get nervous. And then, I live by myself, so I need to make for sure I can go to bed peacefully at night. I can't watch those.
That's true. Well, this one is about a husband who kills his wife even though he claims he's innocent. So if anything, I should be the one a little nervous, but Chris isn't dumb enough to try to do that. I'll haunt him from the dead. He knows that.
I'm sure you would.
No, but I miss him and I love him and he'll be back and then we'll be able to celebrate my birthday all together. So
woohoo! Woo! Do you have any birthday plans?
Not yet, because I was supposed to be away for work, so I didn't make any plans yet. But if anyone has any ideas on how I should celebrate the big 3-5, let me know because I want to do something fun and all I could think of is dinner. Yeah, they have these at-home hibachi things. You can get the chef to come and do a little Benihana backyard thing. And I always thought those were so fun and kind of cheesy, but maybe we'll do that.
Well, my friend, she did one this year, actually. So
oh, really?
Yeah. We had a good time. I mean, after we did the hibachi in the backyard, we ate our food, and then we went in the house and had karaoke. So, I don't know. You have the backyard. That would be so much fun.
And I do want a karaoke machine. I told Chris I wanted one and asked him if he would do karaoke at home. And he was like, why do we need a machine? Why can't we just sing? Because it's not karaoke without a machine and words on the screen, right?
Yeah. She had some type of karaoke set up. I think it was some app or something. I need to ask her. I'll ask her and let you know.
Ooh, an app. Okay, I didn't even think of that. And I do have the microphone from the podcast, so I could just karaoke with that.
Or you could just order some microphones off of Amazon.
Yeah, you know I love my Amazon.
Yeah, we love Amazon. But yeah, we'll have to figure out something fun for your birthday. I would love to celebrate you, and I can't wait. It is the 35th. So if anybody has any good celebration ideas,
yep, it's the big 3-5, my milestone. I'm laughing to myself because you know how they do those things on Reddit or wherever where it's like, am I the asshole, where people have to share situations they put themselves in and get feedback like, am I an asshole or not? Have you ever seen those?
No, you keep me young, Nicole.
Well, we're about to do some. So a few weeks ago, we talked about our quote unquote Karen stories, and I really was thinking about it because I know I'm quite the troublemaker, but I'm not really a traditional Karen where I'm asking for managers. It's more of where I am kind of embarrassing a little bit in certain situations. So this has happened twice now in the past 3 weeks, I guess. And I need you to be brutally honest and tell me if it's me or if I've just been in bad situations. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
So a few weeks ago, Chris and I went to the Chris Stapleton concert. And as you're aware, Chris Stapleton is, it's got a nice vibe. He's singing some of these slow songs. You're just really feeling it. It's not like a get up out of your seat and go crazy kind of concert. So we're sitting in our seats, and the row behind us, there had to be a group of 10 that came into the concert so drunk. And listen, I've been drunk at concerts. I get it, no shame. but they were screaming. And not just screaming the lyrics, like that I could probably understand because you're really into the music. But we'd be sitting there and Chris Stapleton is like, la, 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 doing his thing. And they're like, oh my God, Becky, like, we're going to go to Broadway after and like get drunk. And did you have breakfast today? And blah, 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 blah. And they were doing this the entire concert. And everyone around us was getting mad. So finally, at one point, we could only hear them. And I turned around. I was like, could you shut the fuck up? Like screaming. And then everyone around me started getting mad. And the woman who sits by the door to check tickets was like, oh, I already told security about them. Like, don't worry about it. But that was my first situation. And I got a little feisty and felt a little bad because poor Chris was sitting there like, oh my God, this is my wife. But you're ruining an experience for us. And then last weekend, when my dad was in town, we took him to Zany's to see Jay Farrow, who, side note, was hilarious. And they specifically say in the beginning of the show, like, put your cell phones away. They give you, I don't know if you've been there, I'm sure you have, but they give you these little like baggies that you put your phone in and lock your phone that they unlock at the end of the show so you're not on your phone. And they specifically say to keep tableside chat to a minimum. And the women next to us were screaming. Again, not laughing at the jokes, not like repeating what he said because it was so funny, but just talking like, oh my God, like the kids would love this and blah, blah, blah. And I love your shirt and just screaming. So at one point, once again, I couldn't even hear the comedian. So I was like, ladies, we paid to hear the comedian, not you. And they were like, oh. And I heard the two women, and they were like women in their 50s. These were not young kids who didn't know any better. And they must have said something to their other friends. So she was like, that girl said something. So I was like, hi, yeah. Once again, I could still hear you and not the comedian. And they were like, oh my God. And then every time they would react to something, they were like, shh, 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 she's going to get mad. And I was like, yeah, I am. So now I'm wondering if this is a me thing or if I'm just in these really crappy seating areas, because the seats are always great. The people around me, not so much.
Okay. I have several things to say about these two situations.
Hit me with it.
So, yes, it is a seating issue because sometimes, you know, people are crazy, they are loud, and sometimes people are a little intoxicated and they don't know that they're behaving in such a way. They're not as aware, you know. And I cannot stand to be places when people, you know, like you said, we all been intoxicated before and we're out having a great time. But it is pretty annoying when you can hear them over the artists or over the comedians. But lately, like I've been to 2 concerts here in Nashville, and the 2 concerts that I attended, we purchased suite seats. So that way you're not like there with the general population and down there with all the crazy people. So sometimes you can look into those seatings. They are a little bit more expensive. But when that happens, when I'm places, I get nervous because I don't say anything to people when they're that loud. And I'm just like super annoyed. But I just try to focus and tune them out and try my best to hear the artists or the comedians. But I would say going forward, if y'all attend any other concerts or Zanies, try to do like a VIP or suites. I feel like you'll have a better experience because we are older now. And just think about it, like if those are some young girls at the concert and they're out having a good time with their friends, of course they're going to be super annoying.
But they're not young. Like that's my...
Oh, they weren't young?
If they were like in their early 20s and we were at like a dancey concert, I'd be like, yeah, I get it. But both situations, these were women at least 15 to 20 years older than me. And which, you know, age normally not a factor, but they know better. And not only is it disrespectful to me and all the people around me, but disrespectful to the performer. Like Chris Stapleton obviously was at a big venue. He couldn't hear what was going on, but Zanies, for anyone out there who's not familiar, is a very small venue. You're sitting on top of each other. So like people were staring. It was one of those situations where everyone kept turning around to look because they were visibly annoyed but no one was going to say anything. And when it got to the point where I literally could not hear, that's when I said something, because I can tune people out, but when they're talking so loud that you legitimately can't, I'm like, why am I here? I might as well just, listen to Jay Farrow on YouTube or whatever, because that's better hearing than this.
Mm-hmm. And I also feel like I wish the employees would, like, if they know that the people are just having like so much misconduct, ask them, give them a warning, and then after that, ask them to leave. Like, you must go because you're disturbing everybody's peace and people are not having a good time anymore.
And they were on their cell phones. Like, they didn't put them away, which I don't care. I'm not the cell phone police, but they're texting. They're like, oh, look at this video, like, while the guy's performing. Like, why are you here? More than
Right.
being disturbing, like, why, for Chris Stapleton, why did you pay like $200 a ticket to sit and talk about what you're going to have for brunch tomorrow? So that was very annoying. But this has never happened to me at any concert I've ever been to in my entire life. So I don't know if I'm the asshole here or if I've just had two weird experiences, but I'm worried Chris won't want to go anywhere with me anymore because he's like, my wife is so embarrassing, but can't take the New York out of me,
You definitely can take the New York out of you. And I hope that Chris continues to take you places. And I hope that the people out there who are behaving so rudely stay at home. And then just also look for better seating, like VIP seats or something, suite seats. Hopefully people are conducting themselves better than the people you all have encountered. So I don't know. Hopefully you'll have to let me know about y'all's next concert or outing.
Well, the next concert we have is Post Malone, and that one I'm expecting a little more rowdiness, but that's fine. Like, that is an environment where if you want to be rowdy, like, do your best, but not when we're vibing to Chris Stapleton, like, just trying to be mellow and romantic. But after that, it's about to be football season, so not only am I in a long-distance relationship with my husband, I'll also be a football widow. So you'll be hearing a lot of complaints from me the next few months, but I love him and I love this marriage, so it is worth it because in February, I get my full-time husband back.
See, now all you have to do is just count down. Watch some games or go outside and play with the dogs. Make some little dip and celery and all the little spreads.
There's got to be some other football widows out there, which is a term I did not know was a thing until I married a football fanatic. So I never really dated guys that were into sports. Now that I think about it, like, they like sports, but no one that was like, I'm doing the fantasy leagues and I'm watching all the games. So this has been quite the experience for me. But I feel like you watch sports, right? Like, you're a football watching girly. Did I make that up?
Yes, I watch sports. I love sports. And my man, he loves football. He played football. So, yeah, he's like watching football, 4 times a week? Monday night football, Sunday night football, Thursday night football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I'll watch some games, but then I'm like, okay, I don't want to sit here and watch football for 10 hours because, after one game goes off on Sundays, all the other games are still on. So I've never heard that term either. I think it's hilarious. But yeah, it's crazy because I've literally seen people get married during football season and guess where the husbands are?
Where?
Sitting at the bar or sitting there on their phones watching the games at the wedding.
Mm-mm. Well, my brother, actually, when he got married, the Rangers were in the playoffs. So there was a bar in their venue. And at one point, you see no men in the entire room. And we look in the bar and all of them are watching the end of the playoffs game, which I thought was ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. Like, they're so obsessed. And like you said, people making the fantasy football teams and they're so invested in who wins and who loses. I'm like, okay, you know what? Keep that same energy about everything else.
Maybe we'll get together, you, me, your man, my man, Gina and her man, if they're ever around this month. That's me throwing some shade at your way, G. And we can all get together.
Shady.
And watch some football. And we can, like, make snacks. Because that, to me, is the best part of football Sunday is the snacks.
The snacks. That's why I said you'll have to start making the little snack spread. I'll have to send you this one girl I follow on Instagram. And she makes, like, the football charcuteries and snacks and, like, the whole spread. That is the fun part. The wings and
You love a good charcuterie, so I trust your judgment there.
Yes, I'll have to send it to you. But who's your favorite football team if you just have to pick one?
Well, I'm a Giants girly,
That makes sense.
so, go Giants. But Chris is a Bears fan, so I feel like by proxy, I'm invested in them as well.
See, I'm in between. I used to love the Titans, but I'm in between the Eagles and the Titans now because the majority of our players now play for the Eagles. And I'm like, okay, this is great. And then I love the quarterback for the Eagles too.
Do the Titans play the Eagles here? Is there a game you can go to?
That's a great question. I don't think they're in the same division, but if they are, I would definitely love to go to Eagles versus Titans game. Let's see.
We might actually go to a Vanderbilt game too, which we've never been to because, can't just watch one football league. We got to watch college too.
Oh my gosh, I know. We're like locked in every area. Professional and collegiate football, college football. But no, so the Eagles, they do not play the Titans, actually. I didn't think that they were in the same division, but the Eagles play the Giants.
Well, we should go. When is that game? We should go to New York for that game.
Oh, that would be nice. They play them twice. So they have a game October the 20th, and then they also have another game January 5th.
Ooh, even though the Giants technically play in New Jersey, but that's a small technicality.
I guess because it's so close, right?
Yeah, and there's just more space over there. But all right, we'll figure out some plans. And for anyone out there listening who feels either the pain of football season or loves the football season for themselves, let us know. Like, what else are you doing when your partner is watching football? Or should I get into it more? Like, should I be learning all these things and join a fantasy league? Should I be more into the football or should I just let Chris have it? I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Let him have it and you worry about the food. You just worry about the food. And then when someone makes a touchdown, you just clap.
Usually he's like, wrong team. I'm like, no. I saw someone get a ball somewhere it was supposed to go.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh, also talk about how much Chris actually loves sports and like his sports collections with all his jerseys. But who's his favorite college football team?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question. He just got this new, I guess they re-released the college football PlayStation game. So he's been really excited about that, but he always plays a different team. So I don't actually know who his favorite team is, but he is a big sports guy. He actually has his graduate degree in, I want to say sports management, but I don't think that's the technical term. But he used to want to be like a GM of a sports team.
Oh, wow.
And now he does nothing with that degree. But I told him that if we have kids, he can be the little league coach, and that will be the trade-off.
That's a good trade-off right there. I love to see fathers coach their children.
And he would be so funny because he doesn't get mad, but I feel like he would get so frustrated with the little kids, but he wouldn't show it. So he would just be like silently shaking. So I actually would pay to see that.
Me too.
I'm going to volunteer him for Little League coaching, even without kids.
We have to ask him if he's going to coach Little League. That's his job for next year. Sign him up.
We should.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
If there's one thing that my family and friends know me for, it's being an amazing gift giver. I owe it all to Celebrations Passport from 1-800-Flowers.com, my one-stop shopping site that has amazing gifts for every occasion. With Celebrations Passport, I get free shipping on thousands of amazing gifts. And the more gifts I give, the more perks and rewards I earn. To learn more and take your gift giving to the next level, visit 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST.
So you're traveling? You said you're going your friend's vow renewal?
Yes. So my best friend, her and her husband are celebrating 10 years of marriage, which I'm super excited about. Not so excited about traveling to Jamaica, seeing that I've been twice already.
Oh, this is that trip.
Yes, this is that trip. So, but this time I am traveling to Ocho Rios, and I've never been to Ocho Rios before. I've only visited Montego Bay twice, but I'm like, ugh, I would love to go anywhere in the world besides Jamaica. But since I love my best friend and her husband so dearly, I'm going to celebrate them. I couldn't miss it for the world. Like, this is a major milestone for them. So I definitely have to be there to support them and celebrate them and give them all their love. And I'm just so happy. Like, that's a beautiful thing to be, married for 10 years. And I'm like, I could not miss this. And I told her before she even decided on this location, it was between Jamaica and Mexico. I was like, if you pick Jamaica, I am not coming. Only because I love her. If it was anybody else, I was like, you know what? I'm going to celebrate y'all here in the United States. And then I'll see y'all when y'all return. I'll send y'all a gift. And I did go to Memphis to celebrate her and her husband. But I'm like, okay, I guess I'll pack my little, can you believe I'm packing a carry-on, Nicole?
Whoa.
This is my first time traveling with a carry-on.
I've done it the past 2 times. I think we went somewhere and I still end up having to put stuff in Chris's bag because he can pack, he's away almost this whole week and he has one duffel bag and a backpack. Where's all your stuff? A carry-on. I'm so impressed, girlfriend.
I know. I just sent you a picture. I am too. And my family, they're like, you're not just going to carry a carry-on. So I sent them a video last night when I was packing. And after I finished, I said, it worked out. Everything fits.
I can't wait to see pictures. And at least you'll be on the beach. And I think it's going to be hot and thunderstormy here all weekend. So at least you'll be feet in the sand, drinking your hand.
You're funny. That's one thing I am looking forward to as well, because I feel like I haven't traveled that much this year and I would have loved to travel more, but I'm like, okay, I just would love to sit at the beach. But my sorority sister, she said it's really hot there. So it's hard for me to sit at the beach when it's that hot.
Yeah.
I'll sit by the pool in the shade. But I'm excited just to look at the ocean. I just sometimes I just don't even mind just to look at it and listen to it. Like when we were in Cancun, we were right there beside the ocean, the resort. You can walk out the resort and sit right there in the cabanas and stuff by the ocean. And you can hear the waves at night if you leave the door open. And that was just so relaxing to me.
Yeah. Just dip your toes in the water. Nothing feels better and more relaxing than just having your feet in the water, listening to the waves. I'm jealous. You should FaceTime me on the beach. Pretend I'm walking on there with you.
I sure will while it's raining here in Nashville. You can be there with me virtually.
Thank you. Because, we're having a heat wave right now. And the electric company is keep your heat on or your air, whatever, on 90 degrees. I'm like, do you want me to just pass out? No, they said 78. I have to have the temperature at it cannot go above 68 or 69 or I start to melt. When I saw that email from the electric company, I was like, I would rather a power outage than have to sit in 78 degrees in my bedroom.
Oh my gosh. I didn't get the message. Did they send it through text or email?
Email.
Okay, yeah. I didn't receive that, but I like to keep my thermostat on. Before I go to bed, I turn it down to 69 or 70. And then when I wake up, I set it at 72 or 73.
Well, you're not really home during the day either, so I feel like that's not so bad. But I was yesterday years old when I learned you should turn the direction of your ceiling fan in the summer. So I did that, and that made me feel a little cooler at night. So I'm really proud of that.
Wait, that's new to me too. That's new to me. I guess because it circulates the heat the opposite way or something?
Yeah. I don't really understand the science of it, but all I know is I was very dangerous and put a step ladder on my bed, which was not sturdy. I had my phone in my hand in case I fell and needed to call 911, but I did that so I could reach the switch because God forbid I wait 3 days for my tall husband to come home. I was like, no, I just learned this today and I have to use this information. But it was a good tip. So if anyone out there didn't know that, turn your fan so it's going counterclockwise in the summer.
Wait, did you learn this on TikTok?
I don't have TikTok, but it was on Instagram. So
Close enough. That's funny. Wait, you don't have TikTok?
I have an account because sometimes I need to take screenshots of it for work, and I have to have an account to do it. It's the same with Twitter, but I don't use it. Like, I don't look at it. I don't post on it. So no.
Yeah, I'm not really on the TikTok platform that much. I have an account and I posted on there years ago, and I think one time last year. But I don't scroll on there. I don't really look for much on there unless I'm wanting to travel somewhere and they're showing you. I do like it. Like if you're looking to travel somewhere, you want to know more about the place where you're traveling to, you can go on there and find different places, and it's good for that. It's a great resource for finding great restaurants or whatever you want to do.
I just feel like I get all that from Instagram, and I know there's more of it on TikTok, but I can stop myself from doom scrolling on Instagram. Yeah, I can put the phone down, but I'm afraid with TikTok, I would just be scrolling, and I don't have time for that. I mean, I do, but I don't want to spend my time doing that, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. And I also have to control and monitor my time on Instagram too, because if I am sitting there 30 minutes later still scrolling on Instagram, I'm like, okay, what have I done with my time and how am I being productive? But it can be a distraction sometimes, for sure. Social media can definitely be a distraction. But like mostly now, the algorithm on Instagram is so crazy. You don't even see everything that you would think that you would see. So now I just look on the explore page and it's workouts, different foods, real estate, and fashion. That's it.
I know, it's funny. We should do like a what's on your algorithm this week, because, you know, when we were in Hawaii, it was like Love Island, Hawaii, tropical stuff. And this week it's like desserts, staying cool. It's like stuff to do with the dogs when it's too hot outside. So I'm getting all these inside enrichment ideas. I'm like, I have 3 dopey dogs. They're not going to be running these tricks, these obstacle courses inside the house. But that's all that's on my feed this week. So I've sent Chris like 1,000 desserts I want to try, but we shouldn't, because trying to get back into our healthy eating habits. But, you know, it's about to be the holidays in a few months, and then it's winter. So you need a few dessert ideas on hand.
Well, you can also look into some healthy dessert options too.
Yeah, but that's not as much fun, Kirsten.
I know, it does. It sucks the fun out of it, but it's like still healthier.
I wanted the Ninja Creamy forever, and I actually ordered one like a year ago, and then I returned it right away because I said I do not need a $200 soft serve, whatever, ice cream maker. But I've been seeing all these recipes for like protein ice creams where you use protein shakes and then you throw like 1 Oreo in there just to give it some pizzazz, or you can even just crush up fruit or like fruit juice. So I didn't want to get the big expensive one, so I saw like a mini personal size one. I think Dash makes it from Target, so I did like a store pickup order yesterday, and I just remembered I didn't pick it up. So I'll have to do that tomorrow so I can make a little ice cream at home with my protein shake. So it's like a healthy dessert and a good way to get extra protein in, because Lord knows I am not getting enough protein in these days. But I will report back on that because it was only like $20.
Yeah, definitely let us know because that sounds delicious. But as far as protein, you might have to get you some protein shakes or something.
Well, I do have the protein shakes, but this is the better way to eat them, so it's more exciting than just sitting there drinking the protein shake, or I prep my shake with my fruit and whatever, and then I forget to make it, and I don't want it at the end of the day. So I've been struggling with this for years. I sit and watch that sad little protein shake just waiting to be blended up.
Sad little protein shake. I just go and buy me like these little protein smoothies, and they're so delicious. And I just drink those for dinner sometimes.
With your, what does Gina say, your breath of air for dinner?
My breath of air. Breath of air and water on the side. I actually had some chicken fried rice tonight. It was really good. But I get like the kids' portion. I'm like, I don't need all of that anyways. Just a couple of little bites, just to taste, and I'm fine.
Well, it's smart to get a kid's portion because you're still getting it, but you're not getting the huge thing.
And that's a huge serving though. You will have to see it. That's a big serving. I'm like, even a child wouldn't eat all of this.
And because you leave tomorrow, right? So it's not like you want leftovers.
Right. Yeah. So I just eat half of it because it's such a large portion.
For a kid, where are you getting this giant kid-sized food?
What is it called? Thai Insane?
Oh, I like that place.
You been there before?
Yeah. There's 2 of them, I think. There's one on Demembrian, right?
Mm-hmm. They just opened one in East Nashville.
Yes. And so if anyone is in the Nashville area, Thai Insane, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it gets our recommendation.
Yes, it's delicious. Get the kids, don't tell them I said this, but get the kids chicken fried rice.
I will have to try that maybe tomorrow night. Well, I truly did forget. Like, I was single forever. I've never lived with a man. I've had roommates, but it's not like we cooked for each other that often. So I really forgot how to cook for one, because there's certain meals that I don't want to make because they're not good as leftovers. So now we make them and we just eat. We make enough for the 2 of us for dinner and that's it. So I'm like, what did I eat when it was just me? Because I was meal prepping more, but when I wasn't, I'm like, was I just making one chicken breast? Was I making the whole pack and then just eating them during the week? It's like, I forgot. I've blocked out those days. So I've been struggling this week, but I have been eating. I've been remembering to eat lunch every day. You'd be very proud of me.
I am so proud of you, Nicole.
So now I'm just full, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I was just talking to my brother today about cooking and like also cooking versus grocery shopping or dining out. And I'm like, well, it's just me. So half of the time if I go to Chopped or, Thai Insane and get me something to eat, that kid's fried rice was only $8. So it's like, I don't cook much because you go to the store and I spend $80 to $100 and I don't even have everything that I need to cook for the week. That's literally just like coffee, 2 pieces of salmon, salad mix, just some small items. So I'm like, man, you know what? It makes sense. If I want to go buy me, and my protein smoothies are almost like $10.
Oof.
I know, expensive. And so I just drink that for dinner or for breakfast. Like, I don't really eat much. Or if I want to chop up some vegetables, eat those.
I've been making overnight oats lately.
I'm not a fan of those.
You're not a fan because of the texture or the taste?
It's the texture. It's cold and it's the texture. I tried it. I think I tried it maybe like twice, right? Because sometimes like after working out, I do want something cold to eat. Like, what can I eat cold? Especially with it being in the morning time. So like those would be the ideal perfect breakfast. But I'm just like, oh, I can't get into it. So sometimes I would just make oatmeal.
Yeah, I like it because I feel like it sticks to my bones. Like I eat it and I feel really full. And we put like chia seeds in it, and we use sugar-free pudding mix, so a little bit of cheesecake flavored sugar-free pudding, and with strawberries, so it's like a strawberry cheesecake. It's really yummy. Maybe I'll make it for you one day, and you'll change your mind.
Yeah, I would love to try yours. That sounds delicious.
When we have our slumber party eventually, I'll make breakfast.
Whenever you stop neglecting me.
Well, I'm here just sitting with my dogs.
I'm gonna just have to come over there.
You're the one going to Jamaica, leaving me.
Listen, you left me and went to Hawaii.
I wanted you to come. I was like, Chris, I love you, but can Kirsten come instead? No, I didn't say that, but I wanted you to come with.
You do. You do love me. I love you too.
I like to sneak little things in here to make sure he's listening. So I know he hasn't listened to an episode of, I'm like, oh, you didn't want to bring up the fact that I said that? And then the next day he'll be like, oh, I heard you told everyone about how I was looking at all these sharks and wanted to catch a shark tooth. I'm like, yeah, now I know you're listening. So
that's right.
Chris, if you're out there, I love you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
If you're not, I still love you, but you should be listening to your wife's podcast.
That's right, because she's the sweetest.
You're the sweetest.
I love that. That's so funny, though. Y'all crack me up. Yeah, he's going to listen to this, and he's going to be like, yeah, I do love football. I do love sports, actually.
Well, it was so funny because at our wedding, at least 3 people, we only had 12 people each, and at least 3 people told me that he has a huge collection of sports jerseys. So I'm imagining he has a room in his apartment with like sports jerseys hung up on the walls, or he's like wearing sports jerseys to fancy dinners. Like, I really can't get behind that. Like, you want to wear a jersey to the pool or out, to a game or running errands, be my guest. But I'm imagining that this man is like sleeping in sports jerseys, and he does have quite a few. He probably has like 30 jerseys, but they're just in the closet. They're not on display. He wears them at appropriate times. But I remember thinking, like, the fact that 3 people have said this separate of each other, like they weren't all in a group egging it on. It was like a separate thought. It was like, huh, this man must really be into sports jerseys.
He has a nice collection, I will say that. I saw it when I came over to y'all's house.
Oh, yeah. Forgot I gave you the jersey tour. We have that big closet, so he has the space for them all to be on display.
Yeah, you gave me the jersey tour, and I was like, okay, he actually has a nice collection.
He does. And he got me a Predators jersey with my name on the back and number 25. So I'm very excited for our next Preds game so I can wear it.
Oh, that's going to be cute. And I'm sure he has a Preds jersey too.
Yeah, well, he has our last name on the back of his. And I remember he got it, and for some reason it looked really small when he first took it out. So I was like, oh my God, he got us matching jerseys. I just changed my name. That's so sweet. And he was like, no, just got the one for me. So then like a year later, he got me the other one with my first name, but it was still very sweet. But it was so funny because I was like, wow, that's such a creative idea. And he's like, no, I just need a new jersey. I was like, cool. Cool.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are gonna look cute in y'all's Preds jersey. And for those who do not know, that's the hockey team here in Nashville, the NHL. And those games, I will say the Preds games are so much more fun than the NFL games, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, they're like the energy there is just electrifying, honestly. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fun. I've been to 2 Preds games, I think, and I had a great time.
Oh, they're so fun. And now that I think about it, Chris and I went to a Preds game at the beginning of the season, and the kids sitting behind us had to be like in high school. We had amazing seats. Like we were basically on the ice. So these were, I'm sure they're like daddies got them their tickets through work or whatever. And they were all sitting there on their phones watching football because it must have been like maybe it wasn't football. Maybe it was basketball, March Madness. I don't know. It was some big game in another sport. And they were sitting there in these amazing seats at a hockey game, watching another sport on their phone, screaming about what was going on the other game. I didn't say anything to them because in this scenario, I didn't need to hear anything over them. I was just watching the game, so it didn't bother me as much. But I'm like, why are you here? If you're here to watch a different game, go home and watch it.
You just always get the weirdest seats, Nicole.
Mm-hmm. And see, those were good seats. Those were pretty much VIP seats. So it's just me. I'm a magnet for people who want to multitask at whatever event they're at.
We're releasing that magnet today because I want you to be able to enjoy. I want you to be able to enjoy the events you attend.
I'm going to Post Malone, and I'm going to have the best seat neighbors, and we're going to go to the Vanderbilt game, and everyone around us is going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be a good concert. You're going to have a great time. You and Chris are going to have a great time. I feel like y'all been to a lot of concerts this year. A couple, like a good 3 to 4.
And I feel like, we go to a lot of sporting events. I think Chris Stapleton was our only concert this whole year, actually. We go to a lot of sports stuff, which I actually love. I love going to live sporting events, just watching them on TV. And like, I don't care.
I think I like watching them at home better or like at bars.
Yeah, I actually will agree with that. In a social environment. But if it's like Chris on the couch watching football and I'm sitting there like, okay, I guess I'll read my book while you're watching football, like that I don't love as much. But when you're live, you feel the energy. But in a bar, the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the bars here in Nashville are fun because people still wear their jerseys on game days. When you're able to eat and comfortably watch the show, like sometimes we would go to Double Dogs or we would go to, now they have this bar in Green Hills, but everybody goes there now. It's called Sports and Social. It's always packed. You can't get in unless you make reservations probably 3 weeks in advance.
Jeez.
I'm exaggerating, but seriously, you would have to make reservations because you can't even sit anywhere.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm. You know, people love football.
Yep.
When I'm at church, he's like, I know I had to hurry up. Let me get through my sermon.
Football doesn't stop for anyone.
Mm-mm.
Well, on that note, it is late, and I'm sure the people, they've heard just the two of us, which I hope you guys loved it. But we will be back next week to talk about our Where Are They Now filming experience, which I know we promised this week, but we need to wait for Gina for that. So stay tuned. I promise you will hear it. I promise it is a good story. And, you and I could just chit-chat all night, but I got to go read my book. It's 700 pages, and I fell asleep on page 15 last night, so I have to make some progress.
Go read your 80 pages. Make sure you're taking notes so you can stay up while you're reading.
I sure will. Well, you have so much fun in Jamaica, and FaceTime me while you're there.
Okay, I will, and thank you so much. I'll see you maybe tomorrow when I FaceTime you, or Friday.
Yeah. Right, everyone. You know the deal. DM us on Instagram at D-List Diaries. Let us know your football stories. Let us know what snacks we should be making. Let us know if you liked hearing just the two of us, because we want to make Gina have that FOMO. No, I'm just kidding.
FOMO, FOMO, FOMO.
So silly. All right, love you, girl.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
The new Boost Mobile network is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for life.
That sounds like a threat.
Then how do you think we should say it?
Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for the rest of your life?
I don't know.
Until your ultimate demise.
What if we just say forever?
Okay.
$25 a month, forever.
Get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile forever.
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
This podcast is brought to you by eHarmony, the dating app to find someone you can be yourself with. Why doesn't eHarmony allow copy and paste in first messages? Because you are unique, and your conversations should reflect that. eHarmony wants you to find someone who will get you. How are you going to know who gets you? If people send you the same generic conversation starters they message everyone else. Conversations that actually help you get to know each other. Imagine that. Get who gets you on eHarmony. Sign up today.
There are some football feelings you can only get with BetMGM Sportsbook. That's right. Not just the highs, woo! The O's, or the no-nos. No! It's the feeling that comes with being taken care of every down of the football season. The feeling that comes with getting MGM Rewards benefits or earning bonus bets. So, whether you're drawing up a same-game parlay in your playbook or betting the over on your favorite team, the BetMGM app is the best place to bet on football. You only get that feeling at BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas, now live across the DMV. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, DC only, subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.